Students either choose to fly in India or abroad, depending on the amount of efforts involved. Both options have their advantages and disadvantages. Both the aspects of flying training have been covered in this video in detail. So keep watching this video till the end. So let's roll and get started. First of all, let's talk about selecting a flying club. One should choose a flying club carefully. Following things should be considered. Number 1. Student-instructor ratio. Number 2. Quality of flying. Number 3. Duration of flying. Number 4. Type of aircraft. It's important that you train on aircrafts which are easily available in India for check rides. If you want to train abroad, cost and the duration pretty much remains the same. So one should not waste much time in choosing a flying club, as people usually end up in an average flying club in spite of their heavy research. So now let's first focus on the training in India. Join any DGCA approved flying club in India, the list of which is given in my previous video, or you will also get it on the DGCA website. The flying club that you have choose to join will initiate your school mark sheet and police verification. Then obtain a SPL. Flying club conduct an oral exam every month with the assistance of a DGCA official. It takes at least a month and a half to get a SPL license from DGCA, after which you become eligible to apply and appear for FRDOL exam, which is again conducted in-house the flying club. It takes further 2 months to get the FRDOL license from the DGCA. Remember, you cannot fly solo until and unless you have a FRDOL. Then after, you may also apply for a computer number. After getting a computer number, you become eligible to apply and appear for DGCA CPL exams in the following papers. Number 1. Air navigation. Number 2. Air meteorology. Number 3. Air regulations. Number 4. Technical general. And number 5. Technical specific. The validity of these papers is 5 years, and for technical specific it is 2.5 years only, and minimum passing marks is 70% in all the subjects. You will also require an Indian RT license issued by WPC Wireless and Planning Committee, the exams for which are held 5 times in a year. More info on this can be obtained from a link given in the description below. Apart from this, Class 1 medical is also required to get the CPL, which is done in between the training, and that gets your Indian CPL. Don't worry about the paperwork. Your flying club will guide you through. All you need to worry about is getting a job now. So now let's check what you have to do if you have done flying from abroad or some foreign country. If you hold a foreign CPL, it obviously needs to be converted to an Indian one. The conversion procedure will be covered in depth in my next video. For now, let's take an overview of the conversion procedure. You need to appear for the following 2 exams. Number 1. Air navigation and air meteorology composite. Number 2. Air regulations. Besides that, you will need to convert your RT issued by the Commonwealth nation, on the basis of which DGCA will issue a FRDOL. Now finally, here comes the main part of the video, comparison of both the scenario. We now have a basic idea of what all things are involved in getting a license. The following points can be considered for comparison. Number 1. Cost. India is costlier than any other country as of now. However, the cost is pretty much the same everywhere, as one has to take care of his or her living expenses as while abroad. Duration. Some flying schools in India train you within 18 to 22 months, whereas you can finish your training only in 8 to 12 months abroad. But that's not at all. You need to convert your foreign license, which takes another 6 to 8 months, assuming that you take at least 2 attempts to clear your exams. So there is not much difference in duration as well. Both options have their own advantages and disadvantages. A lot of running around is involved, and obviously there are many things which go side by side. The decision ultimately lies with oneself. Do not let others to tell you what to do, where to go. Ask for guidance, inquire, and let people throw some hard facts on your face. but always take your own decisions. So now that's all for today. Hope this will help you to select your flying school accordingly and complete your flying training successfully. Hit the like button below if you like the video, and also subscribe for more great and helpful aviation related videos and guidance. Thanks for watching. Bye. Take care. Jai Hind.